So where are we with this situation? I think we were all wrong. When it comes to the Chris Blake Griffith versus Stefon Diggs situation. We all thought, well, let me put it on myself. You know what I'm saying? We all thought that that Chris was gay. He's a stylist, he's light-skinned, pretty eyes. We all thought, As he says himself, a picture is worth 1,000 words, which is true. On the internet, we see shit, we judge. I even did a segment on it, episode 2, about the whole Stefon Diggs situation, because we kind of didn't know. But now it's lawsuits going on, and Chris is doing his PR run and basically telling his side of the story and everything like that. And it seems like, that Chris has been like an industry guy, a background guy for a lot of important people in the past few years. He's really been around doing his thing and making shit shake. Shit, I even DM'd him. I know a lot's going on, but let's make some money, baby. Let's do some things. Let's make some shit happen. So I think we all owe the guy an apology, but I think he's taking it well. He's well-spoken, doing his thing, and, just telling his side of the story. So let's watch this clip he had on Vlad, just to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like whatever allegations surface and people run with the narrative that maybe perhaps myself and Stefon were dating, I think people, they can run with that because a picture's worth 1,000 words. When you ask me, I don't think I was in no relationship with this man, but I do know that when we used to go to stores and things like that, I didn't pay for anything. There's a photographer standing on the side. He doesn't get to shop. His brother that attacked me, he doesn't get to shop. These other guys, they don't get to shop. They just stand along the wall. The girls are shopping. In my bitch ass mind, I'm shopping too, but in my head, I'm not thinking.
So he's paying for everything.
Yeah, he's paying for everything, but I'm not thinking I'm like one of the girls.
Right, and because
I feel like,
and honestly, bro, that's a good way that he's taking it, right? Like he's like, I didn't know I was one of the girls. And even in his trauma, he's finding light in the situation. Because think about it. He's a stylist. He's doing his thing. And in his own words, he's getting his shit off. He know how he looks. He knows he's putting the fits together. His job is of a stylist, and he's also a creative, director, or he has a creative agency he's looking to do. So he has vision, and this is his profession. Not in a million years, he's thinking Stefon Diggs or a client like Stefon Diggs will do that to him and put him in that kind of predicament. Now, we all know that whenever it gets interesting in certain industries, and well, really all industries, you have a lot of dudes that might be, on a down low or whatever the vibe might be. It is what it is. We're not here to judge, but not in a million years, it's man to man, especially with this machismo, NFL situation, you would think, a man will go through a situation like that. Now, I've been speaking to a lot of women about the situation, and they're like, welcome to our world, right? That's what women go through all the time. They always get sexually assaulted, and this is what happens to women, basically, right? So we understand and we get that. This doesn't have to happen in order to understand that. But a lot of women like, well, shit, this is what we go through. You know what I mean? So, but again, not in a million years did he think that would happen to him. Not in that, place. Then to fast forward, he was then beat up, by them, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like he was then beat up by them. And I guess trying to and then not only did they beat him up, they stole his shit and wore it. Millionaires are beating you up, they're robbing you of your Chrome Hearts jewelry, and they wore it. How the fuck you worth all these millions and you stealing, you robbing me, beating me up for the sake of maybe trying to take his phone to, delete the evidence or remove the evidence of, this even happening. but to the point where now you guys are robbing him. He's at the airport with no shoes on his feet and all this kind of crazy shit. And to me, he's taking it extremely well. Like, he already got the $10 million settlement from Stefon Diggs' brother for the attack. Now he's suing Stefon Diggs for, I guess, the sexual assault situation. And honestly, bro, to me, it's really an embarrassment. You know, I think it's an embarrassment, bro. You know, it's nobody's business what someone's sexual orientation is, by no means. It's no one's business. It's no one's business. But when I could assume that you're suppressing something so bad like that, and then it comes out like that, then it looks way worse, because now, like, you're a ladies' man, multiple baby moms. He can't be gay. And not only is the rumors of him being bi or gay, or at least into men, or at least, you know, into Chris, you know what I'm saying? Is that, like, you don't come across like that. That's the most craziest shit of it all. And it's like, but what if he didn't say anything? You know what I mean? So how many other people or how many other dudes might have been a victim to this? Oh, this is Stefon Diggs. You know, this is normal. Let me endure this to still be around. People using influence and leverage and power to, you know, practically do what they want to do, because people understand that, you know, oh, people got a price. You know, even with the whole Diddy situation, everybody got a price, right? So if everybody got a price, damn near, it's like, well, I know you're trying to get further in life. I know you want to advance your career. So I'm going to suppress my bullshit, and then we going to get busy. And that's probably what Son thought. Son probably thought, like, fuck it, we going to rock. And then, you know, aesthetically, by, I guess, the way Chris looks, he probably thinking like, oh, like everybody else in the world thought, oh, he probably don't mind. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody's rocking the same way, no matter how they look. And much respect to Chris. No disrespect to Chris. And he's going on his PR run. You know, Vlad even made, like, you know, a funny intro about it. And it's, you know, I appreciate the dude for finding light in his trauma, because I probably would have handled it so differently. It doesn't matter what's at stake, what's on the line. A lot of us would have handled that shit poorly. I promise you. Niggas would have probably been in jail for murder. Dead serious, bro. Like, a lot of us would have handled that shit so poorly, and much love and respect to Chris, because the way he handled that shit, or is handling it, is like, is how you should handle something, or any type of, like, what you call it, when you find yourself, you know, being a victim. You know, because a lot of times people will say, yo, I'll never be a victim. It'll never happen to me. Oh, this will never happen to me. You sure about that? Because you can't control what environment you're going to be in. You know, like me, I'm a real estate broker. You know, I'm a consultant. You know, I'm in plenty of different rooms. Now, did this happen to me before? No, never in my life. I've never been in a situation where that happened to me. I've been in situations where, you know, a gay dude probably slide in your DM. You know, you didn't make it. If a gay dude didn't slide in your DM, you didn't make it, bro. You didn't make it. You don't look good enough. If gay dudes don't like you, you don't look good enough. You know what I'm saying? But, all jokes aside, for it to be like that, nah, I never been through nothing like that. Like literally never. So, as a man, black man, you in this world, you trying to make it, and, you know, there's more no's for us than is yeses. So the last thing you thinking about is, yo, this shit gonna pop off. If anything, you probably telling your girl, like, yo, me and Stefon Diggs is cool. Like, shit, let's see what happened. You invested more time than you're supposed to. You know, as all entrepreneurs, we invest more time than we're supposed to for the potential of, you know, the client or the business. You, outside of the business, you bonded with somebody new, another brother, black man, and you getting to know this person. And then that happens. All right, now it's weird. Okay, cool. That happens. It's weird. What should I do? Should I throw all of this shit out the window? He's still Stefon Diggs. Should I throw all of this shit out the window? Should I not be around a nigga ever again because of this? Because there's still an opportunity here. Where does that line cross? But according to him, he said he never seen him after that. Then, as we move forward, then he gets jumped in his own residence. Shit is wild. So it's interesting that how things unfolded and unraveled. And in my mind, trying to put myself in his shoes, it's more like, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up when I see him, bro. Straight up. I'd have went on a motherfucking PR run just like that on bullshit. On super bullshit. So I definitely applaud him for handling it the way he's, cause like, for him, he must be so tuned in with the bigger picture. He must be so tuned in to his vision that he's like, yo, I'm so confident. I don't even gotta go out there, like he said his words, put myself in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's easy. It's so easy. We all on macho timing, all of us. Even it down to the dude that you don't think is on that, is on that. Super on that. Glock 43X on that. My son got the Birkins on that. Glock 45 on that. We'll run down on you. You know what I mean? Right now, this dude's probably like, yo, Chris, whatever you need, it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we know. Where we come from. We come from the hood, the trenches, the bottom. You playing with a man, you playing with his integrity, his name. Nigga got kids. And now the internet calling him gay because a nigga light skin with pretty eyes and shit. Like, and then you went through what you went through. Yo, that'll make any nigga snap, bro. That'll make any nigga snap. So he's doing what a lot of dudes can't do. Or, frankly, wouldn't do. Taking the high road and still have, how do you call it? And still have optimism when it comes to his personal career, his personal growth, and his businesses and things of that nature. And yo, listen, it is what it is, bro. Like, like he said, he wants dudes to, pay the price to the maximum capacity. Then shit, that's what it got to be. Fuck it. It is what it is. That's what the fuck it got to be, bro. Because bad behavior, we cannot reward bad behavior. All right, cool. You try to advance on some gay shit, no problem. You got curve. And we go our separate ways. It's no problem. But to try to advance on some gay shit and want to put your hands on me, my nigga, you trying to double violate. Know what I mean? Like, you could, again, bro, in that situation, like, to me, we would have to get it rocking. But like how he said, he got thousands of dollars in clothes in his house. So he can't take a loss. The first loss as a business owner is your time, let alone merchandise. So you don't want to double lose. So you got to be tactical when you in tricky situations where you like, whoa. Any time spent away from your house and your kids and your family, your wife, or whatever, that's a loss of time. So you have to make sure your time is well spent. So to crack off on him on a spot, first off, you probably by yourself, and he already with his dudes. You gotta really think sometimes, because if you super crash out, you lose. Now, your manhood might be like, oh son, I don't give a fuck, a nigga pull his dick out. I would have swung on him on the spot. All right, that's what you would have did. You feel me? Like, nobody knows what they would have did in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you backed out and you trying to, my nigga, I would have, at least I'd have popped the nigga in his mouth. Fuck out of here. And we would have just had to get it rocking. That's why I applaud him for that. Because you'd have lost time and your merch, and that would have been the whole big thing. But we would have had to kind of, in that space, we would have had to, like, my reflex, we would have had to get it rocking. I'm trying to, like, see how there's a way or reality where you could just be on some, nigga, I can't even look at you the same. And you trying to do this because I know what I look like? Oh my God, I would have lost all faith in niggas, bro. Straight up. I don't know, bro. I would have hurt niggas, bro. I probably would have hurt niggas, bro. Like, because I feel like it's hard for us black men to make it in the world. And then you got dudes out there doing shit like that. On top of that, on top of the a room full of no's. How you stay faithful in a room full of hoes. Literally, how you move in a room full of no's. Every day a nigga's told no. Then you You keep getting rhythm. You helping out this artist and this boxer and this athlete and this brand. And he might be feeling like he's not getting his just due. Then I gotta deal with niggas trying to touch me. I might lose my fucking mind, bro. I might lose my fucking mind. Like, I gotta deal with this gay shit, bro. Like, where's the fucking money at, bro? Like, damn, like with all respect to my LGBTQ rainbow niggas. But at some point, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I gotta deal with this shit. Hard for a black man to grow. Hard for black men to come together and build. You know, then a nigga a tastemaker. You know what I'm saying? So he's making you more lit than you already are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already made it. Congrats. You in the league. You a boxer. You this, you that. You a company. He's making you look good. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing, and not the first thing, but a nigga agenda like, oh nah, I gotta get this nigga. This nigga, I gotta pull a fast one. Come on, my nigga. That shit is annoying, son. I probably would have bugged the fuck out. Personally. So much respect and applaud to your boy. Chris, you know, he's out there doing what he gotta do, bro. Like, you know, he's on his PR run. You know, he ain't doing it for free. He got his first 10 M's. You know what I mean? Moving forward, yo, Chris, answer your DM. Let's get this money. Yo, listen, I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? I'm about this bread. I already got mine. You know what I mean? I already got mine. Straight cheese. I'm out here to network with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if I respect you, if I respect your movement, if I respect your brand, if I respect your capability, your mindset, you know, we already rich over here, bro. We just trying to keep building. And I did this shit by myself. No industry friends. You know what I'm saying? As you see, this is just me, producer, podcaster, host, all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? Got my own shit. You know what I mean? So imagine what I could do if I really build a team. And for me, I'm not necessarily looking to build a team more or less of looking for talent or looking for people to join my company or whatever like that. Just more so on how can we combine efforts and get the synergy without the pause shit. You know what I mean? Without the shout out to my guys. You know what I'm saying? But it's just aggravating. Even hearing a story and then people thinking he gay or they had a relationship, it's just like it's almost defeating. So for him to be out there and pushing his story and pushing his truth without, nigga, I'm more upset for the nigga than he is. Like, I feel like I have more energy right now in this podcast episode than him. You know what I mean? On his PR, I'd have been tight. But shit, I ain't got 10 M's either, nigga. But y'all already know the vibes, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Millionaire Matcha Podcast, episode 4. All love, all respect, no bullshit. We here to entertain, we here to enlighten, and we here to do our thing. All positive vibes. You don't have to have that disclaimer, right? All positive. Because don't no motherfucker walking this earth want that kind of energy on them when you become the motherfucking goal. You heard that? We out.